Let's pretend for a moment that you have an 11-year-old brother that plays Rocket League. One day he confidently tells you that he's a freestyler and wants to show you a clip. As he proudly displays his phone recording of the TV, you wouldn't be surprised to see something like this. And hopefully, you'll think of something nice to say about it. But what if instead, he showed you this? Or maybe this? Would you be impressed? Now, you might be thinking, Sledge, why are you getting excited about a young kid that can make cool shots? Haven't I heard of Gainer, DLG, or even pros like Justin and Scrubkilla? Well, you're right. Rocket League has always been a game that's had young prodigy players pushing the envelope. But let's look a little closer at some of them, and maybe you'll understand why I think this 11-year-old is really giving us a snapshot of what the future of Rocket League is going to bring. Alright, let's start with Gainer, the world record holder for 15 consecutive flip resets. Now I went deep back into Gainer's channel, and I have to say it gets pretty weird. But for you guys, I bravely pushed on and found the first montage he ever posted, aptly named Epic Rocket League Montage Part 1. And this is what Gainer played like when he was 12. Now Justin really became known as a mechanical god, but he also was already 13 when the game came out. Here's the oldest clip I could find of him playing with Squishy Muffins in February 2016. In this video, they recreate a Cuxer and Gambit play. Justin is playing the role of Gambit, and he definitely has some good card control. But once again, he's 13 and a half here, not 11. And finally, Scrubkilla, a player that started the original Supersonic Battle Cars when he was just 6 years old. But Scrubkilla was already 12 when Rocket League came out, and almost 13 in this clip from one of Johnny Boy's streams. As we can see, at that time, it wasn't about flashy plays or insane mechanics. Instead, rock-solid defense allowed him to win a lot of his games. Now I'm not here to say that an 11-year-old has more natural talent or potential than these three players I just described. Instead, I'm trying to stress how the game is changing. Scrubkilla dominated the 1v1 scene as a 13-year-old, regularly beating pros. But the mechanics and abilities we know today weren't even really done by the top players in the game at that time. As the game has matured, players like Gainer, LED, DLG, Justin, and so on have pushed the boundaries on mechanical skill. This has allowed newer players to come in and have an incredible head start on their predecessors. They benefit from years of testing and practice, as well as all the detailed tutorials and training packs, which means they are starting to master these mechanics younger than ever before. Which brings me to the guest for this video. Crunchy is an 11-year-old player with some impressive skills for his age. Now I'm not going to claim he's the youngest or the only 11-year-old freestyler out there, but I thought it'd be interesting to take a look at the very young new generation of mechanical players. So here's my short interview with the kid himself. Alright, well welcome Crunchy.
Hi.
Alright, so you allege you're 11 years old, so before we even start, is it okay with your parents that you're even doing a YouTube video?
Yeah, I have recording from my mom.
Okay, let's hear it.
My son Dax is 11 years old. He will be 12 on February 8th. I give him permission to appear in a feature for a Rocket League video on your YouTube channel.
All right, well, your mom's strictly business there, but it's great that she's okay with you being here today.
Yeah, so basically I could be in a video as long as it's not with Verge.
Your mom's a smart woman. She knows good content. So now we know your actual name is Dax, and your birthday is coming up, so maybe by the time this video comes out, you will be 12. But just ensuring all our viewers here, all the clips they're going to be watching have been taken when you've been 11 years old, including some games me and you have played together. First of all, I have to say, for someone only being 11, your card control is pretty insane. When did you start playing Rocket League, and how many hours you had?
I was 9 or 8, and it was in 2017. I think I was 9.
Okay.
I have, I think, almost 2,000 hours now. I have 1,800.
And when you started out, when you were 9 years old, were you thinking about freestyling, or you just play regular for a while? How did that work?
When I first started, I didn't really know what freestyling was. I didn't know what an air dribble was or a flip reset was, but I just grew from mechanics. And one time in a game, I kind of met this guy. I was in silver or bronze, and he just did insane aerials.
So that kind of gave you the idea of what was possible, when you saw him do that.
Yeah.
A Smurf. A Smurf is what led you down this path. So, besides this guy, was there anyone else that inspired you to start working on your mechanical skills?
Yeah, so my friend, Splixie, I met him in a private, or not a private match, but a 1v1 in casual, and he like was doing like double or triple flip resets, and I had no clue what he was doing. I was like, wow, and I was like, bro, can you teach me how to do that? And he started, and then he introduced me to a bunch of freestyling things and stuff, and also he showed me like H.O.R.S.E and Jazer. So then I watched the black and white montage from H.O.R.S.E.
Oh, okay, and that kind of was your inspiration, eh? All right, so you're starting to go down this path of training your mechanical skills. Were you grinding any particular training packs, or was there any specific tutorials that you watched that actually helped you?
So I was looking for a long time on a tutorial for flip resets. I watched a bunch of tutorials until I found like Floops, and it actually mentioned that you have to boost towards the ball and then hold back to get the reset, and not just boost towards the ball and like leave the ball fall to you. And I also like after that I started playing free play like as much as I could every day, because it was like the summer I played like 7 hours a day in free play.
Of free play, wow. And so Floop, Floop, we're not going to tell him that. Floop was the guy that helped you unlock the flip reset, so that's pretty cool. So as an 11-year-old, you're not allowed to have a YouTube account. You can't stream on Twitch. It's kind of funny that the first thing you said when we were in DMs is you reassured me you had permission to be on Discord, but actually doesn't change anything. Terms of service says you have to be 13. It kind of reminds me of Scrubkilla. When he started out, he couldn't stream, so he actually just stream sniped all the time. That's how he got his name out there. So what's it like for you? You're a very young person. You're kind of blocked from these things, but you're trying to become more involved in the Rocket League community. Is that hard? What does it look like? Do you just not tell people?
Yeah, most of the time I don't really tell anyone my age in the community, but in on Linkaroo's server, which was like this was back in like I want to say August or March, maybe even April of last year, around the like when he was doing the $3,000 training pack.
Yeah, okay.
And everyone was like, how do you do 31 or whatever it was? And I came in there and I was like, I know how to do 30 or whatever, and I like showed people, and I actually could because I knew how to do the speed flip. So I got in a voice chat, and Linker joined, and he heard my voice, and he was like, wait, how old are you? So then I told him, and then he just was like, oh, well, you're getting banned. And they just banned me.
Gone. Brutal. Well, just so everyone knows at home, this interview is not happening on Discord. We're totally on Skype right now, right, Crunchy?
Yeah, we're on TeamSpeak, matter of fact.
TeamSpeak, yeah. All right. What is the coolest thing that's happened to you in regards to Rocket League so far, or what's your proudest achievement? Besides being in this video, of course.
I was actually going to say being in this video, but also probably hitting the 513-second air dribble that I hit like quite a while ago.
513 seconds. That's like over 8 minutes.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Now though, I'm not really like into doing like long air dribbles and flip resets as much. I mean, I still can for quite a while. But now I kind of focus on doing a lot of different types of freestyling. So.
Okay, so you're not focusing on one thing. You want to be kind of an overall freestyling player. Is that your goal?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any like other friends around your age that are doing the same thing, or maybe have the same skill level as you?
So I don't really know even like my age exactly, but I was training this one kid who's 9 and like
9.
Yeah, I was training him like some freestyles. He's like okay right now. He can like air dribble and kind of flip reset sometimes, and I'm kind of teaching him how to get better at that. So that's cool.
Yeah, so this is just getting pushed down the line further. Now we're getting 9-year-olds that are coming into the game. They're taking what people have learned and they're just grasping onto it right away, putting in the time. So it's not like we can't say that young people are just going to automatically pick it up. You have to put in the time. So you were putting hundreds of hours into free play, right?
Mm-hmm.
Another young person might just play the game and not worry too much about that. So it still takes the dedication. All right, well, Crunchy, it's been really nice to talk to you. If people want to see some of your clips, you have a YouTube channel. Don't tell anyone, but go subscribe, guys. You'll see Crunchy posts montages pretty regularly of the kind of shots he's pulling off. Before we wrap up this video, I just want to point out one other thing. It's interesting that the goals and focus of a lot of these younger players is very different than it used to be. Instead of that grind to get the top rank, They often prefer just to 1v1 freestyle with unlimited boost. Rank? It's just not that important. I mean, Crunchy, for example, he's been to champ in Season 11, but currently he hangs out in Diamond 2 and 2s and Plat 1 and 1s. To some, this does seem maddening as they think of what that player might be able to do if they just focused a little more on rank or rotation or even wanting to win. But I see the other side too. A game is supposed to be fun. Should an 11-year-old be worried about getting to the top rank or starting his push for a pro career? Probably not. We're all free to play this game our own way. And maybe we should be glad. I mean, who wants to find out the guy that just wrecked you in competitive is less than half your age? Or in my case, a third of my age. My name is Sledge, and I think I'm getting too old for this. Thanks for watching.